learners, I am Parikshit Saikia and welcome to another very exciting session on Unacademy CAT-alyst. In today's session, we are going to learn some more basics of quants, and especially today we are going to learn percentage calculations. Remember, percentage is one topic which is important not only in your quants perspective, right, but also from a DI perspective, because almost so many times you must have realized that you come across percentage based calculations. So I'm going to show you some super awesome techniques, and you make sure that you master these techniques so as to improve your speed in the upcoming M.B.A entrance examinations. Let's get started. So this is me, your educator on the platform with the highest live class rating thanks to my learners. Okay, a lot of happenings on Unacademy in the coming days. The 5th of May, a perfect score batch started. 8th of May, we have a champions batch. And on the 12th of May, we have a supreme weekday batch starting. Also, on your screen are the benefits of iconic CAT 2021. So you have a choice. Either you can go for plus subscription or you can go for iconic subscription. And remember, even in plus, you will get access to all the upcoming batches. Remember, when you subscribe to plus, you need to use the code PARIKSHITLIVE, because this is the code that will give you 10% off on the subscription fee, and B, this is the only code which will give you free mentorship. I repeat, free mentorship from my side, and mentorship is going beyond the class hours to help you with your preparation, clarify your doubts, help you prepare your strategies, and much more. Let's get started with today's session. Okay. Yes. So as I mentioned, right, we are going to solve percentage based calculations in this particular session of mine. So let's write down percentages. Okay. That's what we are going to learn. Okay. Now, first thing first, I am going to draw a table. Okay. A table with few numbers, and then we are going to derive every other number from this table. So the table is something that you must know. Let's start. How much is 1 by 1? How much is 1 by 1? 1 by 1 into 100. Let's say everything in terms of percentages. 1 by 1 into 100 is 100%. Similarly, 1 by 2 into 100 is 50%. Right? I'm just drawing a table, and then I will show you how to use this table. 1 by 3 into 100 is 33.33%. Correct? 1 by 4 into 100 is 25%. 1 by 5, okay, please bear with me till I draw this table. 1 by 5 into 100 is 20%. 1 by 6 into 100 is how much? 1 by 6 into 100 is 16.66%. 1 by 7 into 100 is 14.28%. 14.28%, correct? Similarly, 1 by 8 into 100 is 12.5%. 1 by 9 into 100 is 11.11%. Right? I'm going to write the table till 15. 1 by 10 into 100 is 10%. 1 by 11 into 100 is 9.09%. 1 by 12 into 100 is 8.33%. So we are almost done with the table. 1 by 13 into 100 is 7.7%. 1 by 14 into 100 is how much? 7.14%. And 1 by 15 into 100 is 6.66%. Now this is one table I believe that every student who is preparing for the CAT should know this table. How much? Till 15 numbers. Only 15 numbers are there, and you should know this table. Now, some observations from the table. What is important is how to use this table, right? So the observations that I'm going to mention are very, very, very important, or in other words, these are the applications of this table. Now, visualize. Let's start, okay? Can you see that as the number becomes half, I mean, as you can see this, right? As the denominator, let's take a number. If the denominator is 1, okay, and now the denominator becomes twice. The denominator, can you see, becomes 2 times. So what is happening to your answer? Your answer is becoming half. 100 is becoming 50%. Can you see it? So I think it's very logical. So if you know how much is 1 by 2, you know 1 by 2 is 50%. So what will happen if the denominator becomes twice? Remember 1 by 2, if it becomes twice, it will become 1 by 4. So answer was initially 50%. Now it will become 25%. Can you see this? If the denominator becomes twice, your answer becomes half. I think it's very obvious. Again, let's say another number. Let's say 1 by 6. If you know 1 by 6, you know 1 by 12. In other words, you would also know 1 by 24. Why? Because if your mind tells you that 1 by 6 is 16.66%, then you know what? If the denominator is becoming double, 1 by 12, 1 by 12 is becoming half, right? Your answer will become 8.33. Similarly, think about it. If you know 1 by 12, do you know 1 by 24 immediately? Why? Because if the denominator is becoming double, what will happen to your answer? Your answer will become half. Your answer will become half. Are you getting it? Similarly, 1 by 48 will be 2.08. 2.08. So first learning, as the denominator changes, I can derive the answer, right? As the denominator changes, I can derive my answer. So think about it again. Let's look at some more numbers. Let's look at 1 by 3. Let's look at 1 by 3. Okay. So how much is 1 by 3? 33.33%. Let's say the denominator is becoming 3 times. 3 times. 1 by 9. 9. So what will happen to your answer? Your answer will become 1/3. Your answer will become 1/3. 11.11. So see, first thing, you can play with the denominator. You can remember probably a few numbers, and then with this, you can derive the remaining numbers. That's observation number 1. Observation 2. Observation 2. You know what's observation 2? Look at the number 1 by 9. 1 by 9. Please look at this number. It's a very special number. You know what? Any time the denominator is 9, you know what? The decimals, the numbers repeat. As an example, can you see 1 by 9 is 11.11. All the 4 digits are the same. Similarly, 2 by 9, you know what? Moment the denominator is 9, any time you see in your calculation denominator is 9, it's very easy. All the 4 digits are going to be the same. All the 4 digits are going to be the same. Right? So if you have, let's say, 4 by 9. Let's say you have got 4 by 9. How much will it be? All the digits same. 44.4. It's very easy. 7 by 9. 7 by 9. Yes? 7 by 9. Immediately you can say how much will it be? Remember, it will start with 7. It is 7, right? So how much it is? 77.77. 77.77. So moment the denominator is 9, you immediately feel happy about it because all the 4 digits are the same. 2 digits before the decimal, 2 digits after the decimal. Similarly, let's say you have got 8 by 9. You have got 8 by 9. How much is 8 by 9? You can immediately answer it is 88.88%. 88.88%. All the 4 digits are the same. Do you get this? And how do you remember this? It's very easy. Whatever is the numerator, those are the 4 digits. Those are the 4 digits. 6 by 9, 6 by 9 will be 66.66. 4 by 9, 44.44, right? 7 by 9, 77.77, and so on, and so on. So please remember, when you have 9, you got to fall in love with the number because all the 4 digits gonna be the same. All the 4 digits got to be the same. Similarly, if you have digits which alternate, what do I mean? Look at 1 by 11. Look at 1 by 11. Can you see the digits are alternating? It is 9.09. Similarly, if you have 2 by 11, you know how much will you get? 18.18. The digits alternate. So when you have the denominator is 9, all the 4 digits will repeat. But if you have the denominator as 11, the digits will alternate. 18.18. Are you getting it? Similarly, 3 by 11 will become 27.27. Can you see this? Alternates. 27.27. So 27.27.27, like this it will carry on. So similarly, if you have 4 by 11, how much will it be? 36.36. Similarly, 5 by 11, how much will it be? 45.45. Similarly, 6 by 11, 54.54. 7 by 11, 63.63. And so on, and so on. So I think you got to remember this. You got to remember this so as to save time in your calculations. That whenever the denominator is 11, the digits will alternate. The digits will alternate. And another way I love to think about 9 and 11 is, you know what? 9 and 11 are like husband-wife. I love to think about them like husband-wife. It helps me to remember. You know why I think about them like husband-wife? And you'll never forget this analogy. Moment the denominator is 11, you see the answer that you get is a multiple of 9. The answer that you get is a multiple of 9. Any number you take. 4 by 11, 36.36. Is this a multiple of 11? Is this a multiple of 9? Definitely. So moment the denominator is 11, the answer that you will have is a multiple of 9. And moment the denominator is 9, whatever number, let's say you have a number like 4 by 9, you know what? The answer will be a multiple of 11, will be a multiple of 11. So I love to think about them as husband and wife, that they will always occur in pairs. You have the denominator 9, answer is a multiple of 11. You have the denominator 11, the answer is a multiple of 9. I hope I'm making sense. And I think husband-wife makes you never forget. You will never forget this analogy, right? So always remember about 11 and 9. They will always occur in pairs. They will always occur in pairs. Okay? So remember this. Next thing, okay? Now remember, this table will help you a lot in your DI calculations, in the data interpretation calculations. Okay? Let's look at the other way of interpreting this table. Now let me give you another example. Okay? Let's say I ask you to find 12.5% of 880. There are two ways of doing this. Someone who does not aware of the table, who is not aware of this particular table. So how will he write? He will do the calculations like this. 12.5 divided by 100 into 880. This is the guy who is not fully prepared in his calculation, who's not very good in his preparations, right? This is how he will do it. But you know what? If you are thorough with your preparations, you know what? You will say, no, this is not how I will do. You know what? 12.5% of 880. Directly you will say is how much? 110. Why do you say it is 110? Immediately you will go back and recall that 12.5%, you know what, is 1 by 8. 12.5% is 1 by 8. So 12.5%, immediately in your mind you will say 1 by 8. And 1 by 8 into 880 is 110. Are you following? So it's much easier to calculate like this. Let me give you some more examples. Okay? Let's take another number. Let's say I ask you 37.5%, okay, of 960. Now let's say again two ways. Person who is not prepared, how will he say? 37.5 divided by 100 into 960. That's how he will do. But you are not that guy, right? So how you will do? You know what? Immediately you will recall the table. You will see that, okay, 37.5 is somewhat related to 12.5. Will you agree? 37.5 is somewhat related to 12.5. How is it related? 37.5 is 3 times 12.5. Will you agree? 3 times. So, if 12.5 is 1 by 8, if 12.5 is 1 by 8, 37.5 is 3 times. So, it will be 3 by 8. 3 by 8. So 3 by 8 into 960 is 360. Are you getting it? I hope I'm making sense. and you all are following. Correct. Let's say I give you another number. Okay. Let's say I ask you, can you tell me how much is 83.33% of 720? Correct? Think about it. 83.33% of 720 is what you need to determine. Okay. Again, two ways. The unsmart guy will say 83.33 divided by 100 into 720. But that's not you. How will you say? You know what? You'll immediately recall that, okay, 83.33 is somewhat related to 1 by 6. How? If 1 by 6 is 16.66, remember we are dealing with percentages. What is the meaning of percentages? Percent. So it means per 100, right? So if 1 by 6 is 16.66, can I say the remaining portion? What is the remaining portion? 100 minus 16.66. 100 minus 16.66. What is that? 83.33. So what is the remaining portion? 83.33. So if 1 by 6 is 16.66, the remaining must be 5 by 6. Will you agree? Remaining must be 5 by 6. So 5 by 6 into 720 comes out to be 600. Comes out to be 600. Are you following? Again, I repeat, you needed to find out 83.33%. You first of all have to remember this table. If you remember these 15 numbers, you will immediately say, okay, you know what? 1 by 6 is 16.66. If 1 by 6 is 16.66, the remaining portion, what is the remaining? 5 by 6. 5 by 6. Remaining is 1 minus 1 by 6. The remaining 5 by 6 must be 83.33, and 5 by 6 into 720 is 600. Are you following? Are you following? Do you get it? So similarly, as an example, if I ask you, how much is 93%? 93% of 140. Of 140. Immediately, approximately. Remember in the exam, it's all about approximate calculations. Approximately. So immediately your mind should tell you, there are two ways of doing it. One will be 93 divided by 100 into 140. 93 divided by 100 into 140. That's the unsmart way, not the smartest way. Someone who is smart and who knows this table immediately will say, you know what? 7%. 7% is a number, I have it in the table. What is 7%? Approximately 1 by 14. Will you agree? 7% is approximately 1 by 14. So what is the remaining? Remaining is 93%. You have 7%, right? So what is the remaining? Remaining is 93%. What is 93%? The remaining portion. So out of 14 parts, you took one part. That is 7%. But the remaining is 13 parts, right? 13. So 13 by 14 into 140, you will say approximately your answer is 130. Approximately your answer would be 130. This is a brilliant way of dealing with percentages. Brilliant way. And trust me, the table on your left hand side is what you got to remember. The table on the left hand side is what you got to remember. If you remember this table, right, that I have drawn here on the left hand side, and many a times, approximately 99% of the times, if you go back and look at your CAT questions, it got to deal with one of the numbers from this table. One of the numbers from this table that you see on the left hand side of your screen. Always it's gonna be either a direct number from this table or it's gonna be a multiple of these numbers. Multiple. Why multiple am I saying? Because you know what? If you know 11.11% is 1 by 9 and I tell you 55.55% is how much? In fraction, how much it is? Immediately you will say, you know what? 55.55 is 5 times the number on my table. 5 times. So if 1 by 9 is 11.11, 5 times will become 1 by 9 into 5. So this will become 5 by 9. This will become 5 by 9. Correct? So many a times your answer in the questions in the CAT will directly be a number from this table. I hope I made sense out of it. I hope I made sense out of it. And I hope that I have done some justice to the percentage calculations, which are so very important. So very important. Okay, one more thing. There is a bumper offer going on Unacademy at the moment. This is a bumper offer, one-time offer, I would say. The best part of the offer is, you know what is the bumper offer? You just subscribe for 6 months now. 6 months. And Unacademy is going to extend your subscription till the CAT. You just subscribe for 6 months and Unacademy is going to extend your subscription till the CAT. But for that to happen, remember, you got to use the code Parikshit Saikya. You got to use the code Parikshit Saikya. This is the code. Any code you can use. Parikshit Saikya will also work, or Parikshit Life. Any of the two codes that you can use. Parikshit Life or Parikshit Saikya. Both of them will work. It will give you 3 benefits. A, 10% off on the subscription fee. It will give you 10% off on the subscription fee. B, you subscribe for 6 months and we are going to extend your subscription till the CAT. Benefit 2, using this code. And benefit 3, this is the only code which will give you free mentorship. And when I say free mentorship, it's going beyond your class hours on Unacademy to help you with your doubts. Whenever you come across a doubt, I'll be helping you out, and then help you prepare your strategies for the CAT, help you prepare your timetable, help you solve mock questions, and a lot more. So 3 benefits and a last few days. Remember, this offer is applicable only for a few days. Subscribe for 6 months and we will extend it till your CAT. Remember to use the code Parikshit Saikya or Parikshit Life. Either of the codes will work. Okay, then that's it for today. I hope you enjoyed the session, and yes, do make sure that you enroll for the scholarship test, because that will give you an idea of how your preparation is going, right? The scholarship test will help you know how you are performing, how is your preparation going. And also make use of the Ask a Doubt feature on Unacademy anytime you have a doubt. That's it for today. Hope you enjoyed the session, and I'm going to see you again tomorrow in my next session. Till then, goodbye and stay safe.